What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be showing you how to play animations and play effects in Roblox Studio. So first I'm going to show you how to play animations because it's just, I think, more simpler. First you want to go to avatar and then rig builder and then R6 and then block avatar to put your rig onto the workspace, just like this. Then once you have your rig, if you go back to avatar and then animation editor, it will open up this menu. You just have to click on your rig and it'll open up this animation. You can also use Moon Animator if you really want. Now I'm just going to create a really simple animation. Okay, so I just quickly made a really simple waving animation that loops. We're just going to do looping for this because it will make it easier to show what is happening. Now just make sure you set the animation priority to action so it layers above every other animation. Then publish it to Roblox. Then once you publish it, you get this screen. Just press the clipboard button and it will copy the ID. Now we're actually going to make this animation actually usable. So if you go to replicated storage in the Explorer here, click the plus icon, type in animation and put an animation in there. Now in property, change the animation ID to the animation ID that you've just copied. So just like that. And now we're going to do a little bit of scripting. Add a script into server script service. For what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a script where every time a player joins, it's going to play the animation. So first we're going to detect when a player joins. So if we go game.players.playerAdded connect function, just like that. And just real quick, in between these brackets, just put the variable player because it gets the player that just joined. Now we're going to get when the character actually gets added to the game. So we do player.characterAdded connect function and then do char in between the brackets there. Just like this. It should look exactly like this. Now if we just move this down real quick, we're going to get the actual animation object that we put into replicated storage here. So what you want to do is go local rs, which is short for replicated storage, equals to game get service replicated storage. And then underneath it you want to go local anim equals to rs.animation, so it gets this object right here. Then right in between these here, right here, we're going to do char, wait for child humanoid, and then wait for child animator. Then we're going to go load animation brackets, and then we're going to put the animation object inside of here, just like that. And I just realized we need to make this a variable. So local track equals to, so it should look like that. And now we're actually going to play the animation. So we do track play. Just like that, it will play the animation. So if we just test this right now, as you can see when we join, it did not play. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. I just had to make it wait a little bit and then it plays the animation. But as you can see, it works. As when I joined the game, we started waving. So that's how you play a simple animation. The reason as for why it didn't work before I put the wait there is because it played the animation before the character was like properly added. So now if you want to stop the animation, if we just go like, let's just wait like 5 seconds and then we'll stop it. We can then go track stop, and it's just as simple as that. So if we test this, we go in, we start waving, 5 seconds later, we should stop. Just like that. And it's just as simple as that. It's not too difficult. It's just stopping it and playing it. If you want the starting to fade in, you can put a number in between these brackets here. So let's go like 3, and we'll do 3 for the stop as well. So it should take 3 seconds for the animation to start playing properly. As you can see, slowly goes up, and then it should slowly stop as well. Just like that. And that's pretty much it. There are some other settings, like you can change what the track is. You can change the priority of it manually if you want. Don't know why. I mean, I guess you could just, yeah, I mean, it's useful in some ways, if that makes sense. So this is pretty simple. The effects should also be pretty much as simple. So let's get right onto that. All right, so I have a simple part here. So in the Explorer, we're gonna add a particle emitter into the part. Make sure the part is anchored. So go to properties and then select anchored. So we have our particle here, and as you can see, it's a bit boring. So I'm going to do a quick little property change, just make it look a little bit better. Alright, so I made a little bit of like a fiery particle here. So once you've made your particle, just make sure you have it disabled in the properties. So uncheck mark the enabled property. And now we're going to get to scripting. Okay, so back into server script service, add a script. And now we're going to get to scripting. Alright, so first we're going to get the part. So local part equals to workspace, wait for child part. You can call this whatever you want. Just make sure that when you rename it, I'm just going to rename it to particle part. Just make sure you change this to whatever it's called, so particle part. Once you've done that, we're going to reference the particle emitter. So we go local particle emitter, just like that, equals to part, wait for child, particle emitter. Alright, I made it so we wait 2 seconds just so we can actually see when it happens instead of it happening instantly and us not being able to actually like see when it happens. So there are 2 ways to play particles. One is by just emitting them, so it emits once, so it's not like continuous. And the other way of doing it is just like it being continuous, basically. So first we're going to do the non-continuous method, which is the emit method. So, and that's pretty simple. If we just go particle emitter, colon, emit, and then you choose the amount of particles you want to emit. I'm just going to solid 50. And now if we test this, just make sure you press run. If we wait 2 seconds, boom, it emits 50 particles. The second way of doing it is a little bit weird, but it's like a little bit finicky, I think that's a word. It's just a little bit more complex sort of to do, and it's a little bit weird to kind of like add into places. But if we go particle emitter dot enabled equals to true, so we're enabling it, and then we wait, I don't know, 0. Actually no, let's go 2 seconds, actually 1 second. That seems good. And then we just set it to false. It's not too hard. It's a little bit hard to add it to places if you want to continue running code, but you can use a thread for that, so it's fine. So if we quickly test this, it should emit 50 particles, and then 5 seconds later, it should just play the particles for a second. Starts playing and then turns off. So that's how you do it. If you want to create it in a thread, so all the rest of the script still keeps running afterwards, you want to go task.spawn function, colons, not colons, brackets. You just put this into here. So basically this will run on a separate thing than to everything else. So if you want this to play, but then also have something else running at the same time, so let's go, I don't know, let's just print beans. If you want to do that, so even though it's after the wait, it's still gonna just play it when it happens. So we look in the output here, do beans as soon as it starts playing. Yep. So basically what's happening here is that this is running on a separate thing than this, because although this is after this, these two actually run at the same time. So that's a pretty good trick, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.